Another Democratic Alliance-led metro is in trouble. The ANC in Ekurhuleni has submitted a motion of no confidence in the Mayor, Tania Campbell. Now, it paves the way for the takeover by the ANC alongside the EFF in that city, if indeed that motion does succeed. The motion will be heard during the next ordinary sitting of Council on the 26th of October. Now, Campbell has been leading a minority government in Ekurhuleni, and the Democratic Alliance admitting it's only a matter of time before it was removed. Now, the ANC is relying on cooperation from the EFF to get enough votes to take over that city. Well, if we use one example, the city of Johannesburg, the council there recently booting out the Democratic Alliance's Dr Mpho Phalatse and installing the ANC's Dada Morero as mayor. All right, let's get more information now about what plans could be in the offing for the Democratic Alliance to hold on to Ekurhuleni. And we speak to the Democratic Alliance's chairperson, Fred Nel. Mr. Nel, thank you very much for your time. Let's start with whether you agree with the introduction there that this metro is as good as gone if the ANC and the EFF do cooperate and decide that they are going to vote you out of council.
Hi, good morning. Yes, well, look, at the moment the numbers don't look too great, but as a coalition we will stick together. And we will govern until we are not in government anymore. But we will continue to govern in the interest of the people of Ekurhuleni, and we will make sure that we speak to coalition partners and other parties within the council to try and retain the majority. If the motion is carried legally, then of course we will abide by the will of the council.
You still have the unwavering support of all your coalition partners?
At this stage, yes. The PA is not part of our coalition there anymore, but the rest are all part of us. They're all still committed to it, and we are meeting with them today and tomorrow to make sure that we're all standing together.
How receptive are you to moving across the aisle and talking to the EFF to say, look, we're at risk here and we need your support?
Well, the DA made an election promise and our leader made a promise that we are not going to go into any coalition arrangements with the EFF. So there's no opportunity for us to reach out to them to enter into a coalition with the EFF. I suppose it's up to the EFF to decide whether they want to put the ANC in government or not. And if that is a new coalition that is arising, like we saw in Joburg of the EFF, the ANC and the PA, we urge voters to deal with them at the next election, because we feel that is becoming the coalition of the coalition of hope.
Mr. Nel, you have been criticized by one of your coalition partners, Action SA, to say that you standing firm on the election promise that you are not going to cooperate with the EFF in any way, that is the reason these coalition governments are now at risk of falling apart. And they are very clear that talk to the EFF and talk to them publicly, because it does appear, based on the evidence they have, that you have been talking to the EFF in any case, but you're just doing that privately, while publicly you are saying a completely different statement.
No, I think you must distinguish between when we speak to other parties. I mean, we even speak to parties like the ANC on a regular basis, and obviously the EFF in the various legislative bodies where we are all represented. And we speak about issues around votes, around reports, bills, and so on, and policies. So yes, that is normal politics, to speak to all other parties to see whether you can push the things through in a council meeting or in a legislature or even in parliament. The difference here is that we are not willing to go into any coalition arrangement with them. And, our previous experiences is...
Mr. Nel, are you still there? All right. I think that connection to Fred Nel failing us. Unfortunately, we're going to have to leave that conversation there, but lots to chew on still.